brief intro because a little of what I got, some of your facts, but as you can see, some of them were not, true. So.
And we're going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, Tigers. It's Melvin Anderson. I'm here on another week of T.W.G, Tiger Weekly Gossip. As you can see, we have a special guest today. We have Mr. Tracy Clemons, as he's coming in from ABC, and he's going to give us a brief introduction on what he does at ABC. So thank you for being on our show today, Mr. Clemons. If you can give us a brief intro on what you do for ABC and how you got to there, that would be great.
Okay, no problem. So my name is Tracy Clemons. I'm a reporter with ABC 13 here in Houston. I've been here since August of 2014. I report on everything from murder to car accidents to the fluffy stuff, like a kid just doing something cool in the neighborhood. So do some of everything. Sometimes I'm on the anchor desk. Most of the time I'm out in the field. And you can see me doing weather and pretty much any and everything on ABC 13. I've been here again since August 2014, so going on 2 years. Came from St. Louis, where I was there for 2 years. Before that, I was in Shreveport, and I had my first job in Charlottesville, Virginia, small town of Charlottesville, Virginia, home of the University of Virginia. Go Wahoos. And so been in the business going on, 8 years
Yes,
now?
Sir. What made you decide, what made you pick the field of communications, multimedia, and broadcasting?
So I grew up in a news-watching family. My family, my cousins and I would be at my aunt's house, and they would bring us all in from playing outside to watch the news and eat dinner. So news was always just a part of life for me. But my father took me on a trip to New York City when I was 10 years old. And we went to the set of NBC Nightly News. And we sat on the anchor desk, and I told my dad that day, hey, this is what I want to do with my life. And he laughed and he said, okay, we'll see. And then it just stuck. And here I am a few years later and living the dream.
Yes, sir. So, we're all college students and everything. Around the time when you was getting ready and prepared for college, did you go to different colleges and look at the fields and the studies of their programs, their communication programs?
I got accepted to seven schools.
Yes, sir.
And I ended up going to the one that did not have a communications program. I went to the University of Virginia, and coming from where I'm from, if you get into the University of Virginia, you go.
Yes, sir.
You just go, and you're going to be all right when you graduate, as long as you do decent with your grades. So I just took the path of, let me go to this university and figure out how to capitalize on this degree to make it into journalism. So what I did is I majored in government and African American studies. I found out, a lot of people who are in TV majored in political science and politics because that's so much of a part of what we cover, especially in presidential election years. So that background is good to have. And I also did 2 internships. I did an internship in Norfolk, Virginia, which is my hometown, at the CBS station there. And I did an internship my entire senior year at the NBC station in Charlottesville, which ended up being the station where I got my first job.
So as I was studying, you said you got your master's from University of Maryland, right?
Yes.
What was that experience like for you?
First off, living in Washington, D.C. was the best experience of up to that point in my life. So that was a cool experience. I got to meet a lot of good people, a lot of people that I was in class with, a lot of people that came right before me have gone on to do really, really huge things in journalism. So it was a really good experience to learn from them. It was a very intense program. It was a 1-year master's program. I graduated at the end of May. And 2 weeks later, I was starting summer classes at the University of Maryland. So it was very intense, but it was worthwhile. The only reason I had to get a master's is because I didn't take full advantage of my internship. So that's some advice I would have for everybody. When you have an internship, take advantage of it and do as much as you can with that internship. Because for me, not getting everything I could get out of the 2 internships I had ended up being a very costly mistake.
Yes, sir.
So now I have student loans that I'm having to pay off because of my not taking my internship seriously.
Yes, sir. So, with you being at the University of Virginia, some of the backgrounds, as we talked about before the show, about pledging Alpha Phi Alpha, and then you was in a band. Around that time, like, was it real stressful for you as a college student, or what was it like? Just going through
Right.
that experience.
Right. So I want to clear it up. I didn't pledge at UVA.
Oh, yes, sir.
I pledged grad chapter. I
Yes, sir.
love the bros from UVA. Some of those are my great friends. But I pledged the grad chapter once I moved back after getting my master's degree. But in terms of the band, so I was in the band. I was the choir director, and I was a part of a few other organizations, and there was a whole lot going on. And I thought I could do it all.
Yes, sir.
And turns out I was wrong. I couldn't do it all. And again, that's why I wasn't able to take full advantage of the internship. Because I was just trying to do too much. And that's some advice. Which camera are we looking at? This one right here?
You right
This
here.
one here? Okay, thank you very much. So the advice that I would give everybody is, don't think that you have to do everything, because your internships and everything that you're doing career-wise is the most important thing that you can be doing right now. So, don't make the mistakes that I made and end up having to pay a whole lot of extra student loans because of that. But I mean, I balanced it. I had a good time in college.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I had a wonderful time.
Yes, sir. So, as a college student, what could be some advice that you can give us, leading towards like these seniors and some of the grad students that we have here?
Mm-hmm.
What could be some advice other than, internships, taking them serious and
That really would be the advice that I would have. Enjoy college, okay? Enjoy it, have fun, but always put your schoolwork first. The party will be there. There
Yes,
will
sir.
always be another party, okay? There will always be another opportunity to hang out with your significant other. Study.
Yes, sir.
That comes first. That's the advice I give, whether you are studying to be a TV reporter or if you're studying to be an entrepreneur or whatever. Study first. And I can't stress internships enough. Nothing that you learn in the classroom is going to prepare you for the real world, like having that real world experience that you would get in an internship. What y'all do here in the studio is wonderful, but y'all don't do breaking news here. Mm-hmm. So, if you can come out of TSU with a 4.0 in communications. But if you haven't had that internship where you're actually in a newsroom, going on breaking news with reporters and anchors, writing and seeing how the newsroom just goes from 0 to 100 like that when there's breaking news, you're going to have a hard time getting that first job.
Yes,
so
sir.
the internship, I know I've said that word a whole lot, but that is the most important thing. So apply for as many internships as you can. So that way you have choices. Find paid internships, because those are out there nowadays. And network, man, network. You can't network enough. The people who you are in school with right now, you never know where they're going to be 10 years from now. The people who you come in contact with, always have a business card ready to hand out to somebody. And if somebody gives you a business card, follow up with them. Follow up with an email or a phone call, and just say, hey, it was great to meet you. I'm such and such, and we met. Just to jog your memory, we met at whatever place you met. I'd like to keep in touch with you, if that's okay, because those connections that you make through networking can really, really go a long way.
Yes, sir. So, what's the next big project for you?
The next big project is to just get to the station and figure out whatever my story is going to be today.
Yes, sir.
And make my deadline. Every day, that is a big project. Now, I do have a couple of things that I'm working on that are kind of down the pipeline. Right now, we're working on some hurricane preparedness special reports that are going to be coming up towards hurricane season. I'm working on thinking about doing a story on natural hair. And the fact that, I saw a statistic that I'm trying to still fact checking, but I saw something that relaxers sales have gone down like almost 30% since 2008. So, obviously, my wife is natural, so she's all about, go natural.
Yeah.
So, trying to figure out, how to make that story come together. But really just, we really don't, TV has changed so much. We don't do a whole lot of big projects anymore. Every day is just, what's happening right now. What's happening now? Let's get it done.
Yes, sir. Well, we want to thank you once again for coming out, taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this interview for us. And This is all we have for you today, folks. This is T.W.G. Tune in with us next week, and, have a great day. It's a great day to be alive, great day to be a Tiger.